Hi everyone, welcome back. I am gonna do kind of a rainbow pour on this record. I taped the little hole and I spray painted the front just to make sure you can't see through it. And I'm using, if you saw the Prism Pour Swipe, I'm actually using the same pillow paint that I got at the Oopsie shelf at Home Depot. It doesn't always have stuff you can use, but when it does, it's awesome. So this is the one I got. Hope you can see it. It's Bare Premium Plus Interior Semi-Gloss, and it's tinted that color. It's kind of a grayish color, but I'm going to use it because I'm pretty sure for the most part the colors will cover it up. And again, I'm doing this on a record, so we're not talking super expensive materials, but so far I really like it. I did use a little bit of like 91% alcohol to pop the bubbles when I poured it. And then I stirred it in a little bit. I have found that to be very helpful. It is kind of thick, so I'm hoping that the little bit of tape I did in the center is going to be good enough to not have paint try to go through there. I'm a little nervous that maybe I should put a different piece of tape on the bottom or something. Maybe I'll do that. Just a little extra insurance, right? So the reason I'm using the colors I'm using today is there's recently been the 1-year anniversary of Shelley's course. So if you haven't taken Shelley's course for the Bloom technique, there is a 15% off promo in the description box below. Highly recommend it. Pretty life-changing. I was like by no means an acrylic pouring expert when I took the class, and I had already learned the technique, but I would say learning it in the course made a difference. And you learn a lot from other people who have taken it too. So Shelley is amazing, of course, but I think like learning from the community of other students who've taken it and who are working through things and figuring things out is probably just as amazing, and so it's definitely worth it. So plus you learn from other people who might live where you live or have had issues with things that you're experiencing, and they can help. So you know, Shelley's in Australia, and what she uses is different. I do use Australian Floetrol, but there are people who don't, and there's people who make American Floetrol work. See how thick this pillow paint is? Whew. Anyway, so if you saw the clock face that I did where I swiped this way and kind of around the clock, I kind of want to try that, only there's no hole here, so that may not be how this works out. But anyway, the contest is to use some rainbow colors and a piece of birthday cake. And so you're supposed to use like a hot pink and an orange and a yellow. So, and a purple, like teal blue, and like teal blue, green, and green. So this is, I had some Jasmine already mixed up and it was kind of getting dry. Jasmine from Colourarte. So to give it a little bit more opacity, I mixed in some blue-red iridescent from Pebeo, just to give it a little oomph. I was going to use the Prism Pour, but I really need to use up this Jasmine because I've mixed it up for a while now. And I'm using, for the orange color, I'm using Iridescent Orange Yellow. I was going to use Orange Peel from Colourarte, but again, I kind of need to mix in some tube paints with my pigments. This is Lemondrop from the new Wildflower series, Wildflower set from Colourarte. This is a mixture of golden, teal, and Phtalo Turquoise, I think. So since I already had it mixed, I was going to kind of put it behind this Sea Spray color. I think that's what this is called. From Colourarte. Yeah. This is also part of the new Wildflower set. And I'm also going to use the Lucky Apple from the Wildflower set, but I'm also going to use this Pebeo Iridescent Green Yellow just to give it a little bit more opacity. And then for the purple, I'm going to use, I haven't even mixed it yet. What a goober. This is some color I already had mixed up, so pretty sure that's dioxazine purple and blue violet. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that underneath this Royal Orchid color, which is also a beautiful Colourarte color. I've recently acquired it. So that's the plan. That dioxazine purple is pretty dark compared to some of the other colors, so I'm just going to use a smidge of it. And I want to use a black cell activator, and I want to do a swipe. So I'm not exactly sure how well this is going to work, but we're going to give it a go. I kind of had this idea that maybe I would line them up and kind of swipe them this way. But the more I think about it, the more I'm wondering if I shouldn't line it up and kind of swipe in a couple of different places. So I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's just kind of figure it out together. So this is, I'm going to start kind of in the center with the pink. And I really like this pink color a lot, so I'm going to kind of make that a little bit more dominant than the yellow and the orange. I already messed it up. That's fine. No. Sometimes just pretend that didn't happen. I'm a pretty messy swiper, so. And I'm kind of deliberately covering and blending the colors. This is kind of thick, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. Look at that, how thick it is. It seemed like the perfect consistency till I started getting it out onto the canvas here. We will make it work. That's why we're pouring on a record, because can't really go too wrong there, you know? I'm kind of deliberately layering over the orange here. A lot of people do ask about Colourarte pigments, and they're like, my pigments fade. Well, they don't necessarily fade, they're translucent. And so when you are, and they're not transparent per se, but they're not opaque. So it's just like if I were to take a greenish blue by Amsterdam, it's a semi-translucent color. So if I stretch over something that's white, it's going to show a little, you know? So that's kind of what you're dealing with there. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, oh, that's a lot of that dark color. It's just, that's kind of the nature of translucent paint. So sometimes if you want to avoid that, sometimes it can work out and be really cool, because you can get a result that is just very light and interference-y. So that's okay. But there are some times where you may not want that. And so if you're finding frustration in that, then realize that you just kind of need to incorporate some opaque colors, and then everything will be okay. I think we'll sneak in some of this wild blueberry. This is also from the Wildflower set. I have a really hard time sticking to a couple of colors, so we'll just sneak it in, just like that, just a little, you know? I mean, never hurt anybody. And then just this little guy. Yeah. Some sea spray. The thing I'm a little worried about, I'm worried that I'm gonna tilt off all of the colors on the outside. So I'm trying to think about that as I'm layering, that, you know, you don't wanna tilt them off. So this is the Pebeo. I have no idea if this is going to turn out, y'all. I really hope so. today I took a day off and I'm so happy. I've been painting and making a mess, mixing paint and doing random things like that all day, and it has been just what I needed. So I think I'm gonna sprinkle a little of this guy in here just for giggles. And now I need to try to move this out of the way, because you know when you start tilting it's like collateral damage of whatever's in the way. I do think I'm gonna close up this gap a little right here. So I hope that this works out. I really do. I'm tempted to like add some interference gold, and you can tell like I don't know when to quit sometimes. All right, now this is what I'm going to do with the cell activator. So this is golden carbon black, 3:1. It's kind of thick. 3:1, 3 parts paint to 1 part Australian Floetrol. It is a heavy body paint, so it's very pigmented. I would say that Amsterdam Oxide Black sells up really easily. It's a little bit more muted. The carbon black is very vivid, very black. All right, let's see how we do here. I'm kind of nervous. Maybe we should swipe here and there. What do y'all think? You can't tell me. I have no idea what to do. I kind of think that that's what we should do though. Well, that was really not very effective now, was it? We'll see. It's not over yet. I kind of lost control of my card there. We'll see though. It's selling up really nicely. Oh no! You see what I did there? I screwed up. It's okay, we're gonna try to fix that. And I'll just put my finger in it if I hadn't messed it up enough. Grr. I'm not sure how much I fixed that, but we'll see. All right, now I'm gonna catch this edge with this guy right here. So I'm just gonna hit the corner. And I don't know what I'm gonna do out of that negative space right there, but I can't think about it yet. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I keep thinking like there must be a way that I could grab this and like pull it. But I'm not sure that that is a true statement. Nope. I think I might have just made it worse. I'm gonna have to somehow tip that off. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Let's see about the other side. I don't know what that noise was. Okay. Can't believe it's already almost November. It's really freaking me out. Okay, let's see. How is it that I have so much more control when I'm swiping away from myself? Is that not the weirdest thing? It's so weird. I don't really know how this is going to work out. Okay, let's see. that. Almost didn't mess it up, but I did a little. You know what? Let me not do that. Sometimes you have to know when to leave things alone. So this is gonna go here. So just wanna get a little on the edge. Nope, that was a moment. Nope, I got that all wrong. I seriously looked at it and still did it wrong. Whatever. I've had like some seriously brain dead moments this week anyway. So what's another one? That did nothing. Okay, well, other side. So some of this is really pretty. Some of it I have reservations about. Like, I don't actually think I'm going to win, but it would be nice to at least be a strong competitor, you know. There's definitely people a lot more talented than I am submitting really beautiful pieces. So much for my circular idea. That's just not happening at all, is it? Maybe I was trying to be too fancy for this. Okay. My card is tilting up and it screwed up my swipey swipe. So there. But man, those colors are really pretty. Don't tell me I just did the thing again. I looked at it and I have it in my head, and then I swear I am a smart person. But I've done some super dumb things this week. Like, I was coming home the other day, I had already done a dog food run during lunch, and I had to pick up a curbside order at the grocery store. And I got all the way home and I was at the mailbox and I was like, oh no, I forgot our curbside order. So I called my husband and I was like, here I go, back to the store. What a goober, right? So that's not the only goofy thing I've done this week, I'm sure, but that's just an example. So sometimes I think our brains are like maxed out, you know? I think I have too much paint on here. I'm afraid I'm gonna drip. All right. Like, I almost don't want to get all up in the pinks business here, but I'm afraid to leave a gaping hole in between the two and misjudge that. So, like, I like the colors, and I'm really worried about this pink part right here. I don't really know what to do about this. So we're about at the moment where we're gonna have to figure that out. So look, I did it again. Dang it. All right. And this goes here. So help me if I did that wrong again. I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, I didn't. Yay. Okay, now this is probably gonna tip off. Bless you to my husband. Bless you. And then, like I said, it's probably gonna tip off, but stop wasting your time. Okay. The only thing I know to do about this is to grab this and, like, not helpful. don't do that. Okay, y'all, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. Let me open that up a little. Like it. I don't know if it's gonna work out. We'll see. Let me close up some stuff here. And I guess the first place we should tilt is down here, right? Because we got to get rid of that somehow. Now my idea is to do like a swirly. Didn't really work out. Unless I can tilt this guy. Gotta tilt that part off somehow. I don't want to lose the good stuff, you know? So that's kind of close enough. So let's go the other direction so we don't warp our cells too soon. There's a globby in my paint. And everything that I have to address that is like stuck to something. Because I have literally been making a mess all day. Look at that. Okay. Some of the submissions other people have done have been really, really beautiful. I saw a rainbow swipe actually that was really gorgeous. I was looking at the post this morning because I wanted to make sure I had the colors right in my head. So if you haven't taken Shelley's class, what I'm talking about is she has a group of students. So you have to have taken the course to be in the group, and it's the students help each other, which is super cool. And they share ideas and tips and encourage each other because, you know, this is a process, and some people do get discouraged when they're learning how to do something still. I'm just trying to help my paint move. And so sometimes people want to give up when they're trying to do that. So it's a neat thing because you get to encourage other people so that they don't give up. Can't afford to lose all the green, so. But I think what's really encouraging is how much everybody helps each other. And that's really been kind of cool. I really had to overstretch the green there, and I'm bummed because I feel like I lost a lot of it in the process. But that is, again, why we overlapped those colors when we were layering the paint, so that if we had to over tilt, we wouldn't lose a color. And which turned out to be really good because I had to like hyper correct that one part in the beginning. So I'm just going to try to move it around a little bit, and I think I'm going to tilt in a little bit of a circle just to break up the composition a little bit. I really like pouring on records. I think they're a lot of fun. And you know, like when you're practicing, like I can tell you, and I'm sure others who have practiced the Bloom recipe can identify, you practice a lot on tiles because tiles are cheap and they're small. And sometimes you want to practice on a surface, and you want to practice on rounds, but rounds are expensive, wood rounds are expensive, cradle board is expensive. Even MDF rounds are not cheap. And so records are kind of fun because you have a nice round surface you can practice on. You can make a clock if you want. Look at that stupid white air bubble right in the middle of my stuff there. I'm not going to worry about it. Yes, I am. I say that, but I'm about to mess with it. I don't deal with a whole lot of air bubbles anymore, so when I do, I get kind of annoyed. But you can make a clock out of it, you can make a painting out of it, you can put stuff on the back of it, hang it on the wall. I also like to use records for like round resin pours if you just want to practice something. They're a lot of fun, and a lot of people really enjoy them even at like art and craft shows because they think it's clever that you're using something like a record. At one of the market things we did, there was this really cool artist who does art using cassette tapes and CDs and some records too, but it's like he almost has like this like retro type art thing, and it's really neat. I think I better stop stretching it. So let me know what y'all think. I honestly think it's really beautiful. I'm not sure that it's gonna win any contest or anything, but I think it's really beautiful. The colors are really beautiful. I got to play around with colors I normally probably wouldn't use together, and I really like it. So thank you guys for watching. I might take my camera down and give you a close-up. Okay guys, here's our close-up. So here's the yellow and the orange and the pink. Super pretty, right? Sparkly, sparkly. The purple, kind of the blue teal area, and the beautiful green. And there's a giant bubble. You can just ignore that. Here's our edges. Tough, stop that. Never fails when you're recording that the dogs want to chew on their foot or snore. So there we have it. Birthday cake. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, also, if you're not a subscriber, we would love it if you would subscribe. Thank you so much. Take care.